Hello YouTube, welcome back. This is the conclusion of my glue test where I test the non-yellowing mini-size multi-temp glue sticks. These are the budget ones that I got from Target against some pro strength ones as well as some super power ones. I really would like to see the super power perform. We've got not only wood to PVC but also PVC to PVC, or rather probably nylon backed PVC, fabric backed PVC. So let's go ahead and start ripping stuff off. If there is a noticeable difference, I will let you know, and I can always do more precise testing at that point. If there's really almost no difference, then fundamentally you'd be as well off with the cheaper one. That would be the mini size. These are considerably more expensive, but still affordable at about $5 for this bundle versus $2.99 or whatever for a huge quantity of sticks. So let's start over here with number one. Okay, it's really on there. I can peel it off, but it's peeling a good bit of the fabric off. I'd almost say it's worth giving up, because this is... got it. And look where it failed. It pulled off of the PVC, the actual pipe. Cool, okay. So this stuff is really not going to come off of the fabric. It's in there. If you wanted to bind a fabric to something, you could probably do a lot worse than using the hot glue. It's thick enough so that it doesn't simply get wicked into it, but it does it just enough to where it forms a tremendously strong bond. Okay, let's move on to number two. That would be the Pro Strength. Okay, that was unimpressive. That popped right off. Honestly, the mini size performed better by quite a bit. And now the super power glue. Well, all of them did about the same. They all failed, not on the fabric side, but on the PVC side, to be expected. But the standard cheapo glue probably did the best. Let's just examine them all. You can see very small differences in the amount of glue that got on them, but it was largely similar, very close. So I'm going to call this a victory for the mini size, if for no other reason than it was a lot harder to get started. This is going to be more interesting now. Let me also pitch that. I'm done. Sorry, PVC, you did your job. Now we've got three chunks that are glued on the poplar. Poplar's not a particularly super porous wood. It's not super oily, but it's not, I don't know, it's not the driest, easiest wood to glue perhaps. Should be a good test. I think oak and some other woods like maple would probably accept glues a little better. Nevertheless, it works. Let's just go ahead and start playing around with it and see if we can... Oh, look at that. That was very simple. Glue number one. And again, where it failed, not at the wood, but at the PVC. Let's try number two. Oh, this is terribly disappointing. And super strength, that held the best. Now, admittedly, that is a worst case scenario where you're shearing it off. You're not shearing technically, where you're pulling it off like that. A shear would be like that. Parallel to the plane where the glue is applied. Here we were pulling it off. That's a worst case scenario. You're not going to find that in a normal SIA, except where, let's say, this is the SIA and this is the front of the bow, this is the back of the bow. As you pull it, it's going to be leveraging itself out slightly, just like so, and so you will get some of that effect if you're not careful, which is why I very much like to have pipe on the side holding the top to the bottom to minimize that effect. If you're simply trying to pull it off, I think all three of these glues would have done just as fine a job. I'm a little disappointed with the performance of all of them, and I gotta say it's probably, just judging by the performance here, I didn't notice a single difference. If I was doing wood to wood, probably I'd go with the better glues, but since it's PVC to wood where nothing really sticks very well, I think I would try just using the cheapest alternative. Here's a thought. if you're trying to make it adhere better, what you need to do is increase the surface area. Sanding the PVC can only help you. Thought number 2, drilling a large number of holes through the PVC to allow the glue to come through would also create not only more area, but then you're directly trying to tear the hot glue rather than simply pull off of it. That also could help if the piece allows it. Some pieces you're not going to be able to drill, but if in this case, if I were just trying to do it, just make a bunch of tiny holes, squish it so that some of the glue comes through and you could smooth it down from the other side, that would probably adhere really frighteningly well. Wow. I'm a little disappointed by all this, but I hope at the very least it tells you you're probably not needing to go out and buy super duper hot glue. Cheapo hot glue works for me, and I'm only going to be buying that from now on, especially since it works well in my machine. Thanks very much for watching. I hope this was interesting, and I hope you tune back in. If you like this, subscribe. I very much appreciate it, and I hope to have lots more interesting stuff, both archery related and the occasional interesting digression. Thanks for watching.